So, JT Fountain, Team Rally, single speed, second place. So,
Yes.
tell me your race. Is this second year, second place?
Yes. Second year that it's been an official championship event. In '09, I won the race.
Yeah.
And then got second to Adam Craig last year.
Right.
With Aaron Bradford in third behind me last year. Coming into the race today, I knew Aaron was someone I'd need to look out for. And, he was really the only one that I had ever raced that I had any kind of gauge on, and I hadn't raced with him this year.
Right.
So it was all based on one race last year. That was my only gauge, and it was fast off the line. Worked hard to get out there in front, especially in a muddy race like this. I don't like to be behind people,
Right.
Getting mud in the face. So.
Yeah, you were leading for most of the race, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It's still a little bit of a blur.
Right.
Especially the order of different things that went down during the race.
Right.
But, got out there in front and was feeling good and worked hard to get a little bit of a lead, a little bit of a gap. And then, I was feeling pretty good mentally and physically, not as good as I have felt at times, but I was pushing hard. I was feeling like I was on the brink.
Yeah.
Of going over the edge.
What kind of preparation kind of coming into this? I mean, you've been doing a lot of single speed throughout the year, or?
Yeah, single speed exclusively. The regional series I race in northern Idaho, eastern Washington, Inland Northwest series, is I race the men's 1-2 class there on my single speed.
Right.
And that's great training for these single speed races, because I race with those guys for an hour and I have some good competition. Mike Gertner, who got third, is one of the guys I race with.
He had a great race.
Yeah, that was awesome to see him there on the podium with us. And, I'll race in the Northwest Series, and then, occasionally, go over to Seattle or Portland. Did the USGP in Bend this year. Another really fun race I did for the first time this year was Rolling Thunder in Missoula, Montana.
Cool.
And so just been trying to mix it up a lot and race geared guys and single speeders.
And how old are you at this point? You're
36.
36?
Yeah.
So you're going to do any of the Masters races too?
Not this year.
Yeah.
Just single speed, kind of getting in and out on this.
Oh,
trip.
so you're heading back, or?
Heading back tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So it's...
but next year I'm going to shoot for coming out. I'll race single speed and also 35, 39.
Right.
And then I plan to do Worlds next year as well.
Cool.
So
Single speed world?
Yeah. Nah. Masters, but
right. Cool.
And then so this race today was fun. It was hard though.
Yeah.
I'd built a bit of a gap, and I'm not sure how. I guess it wasn't that big. I slid out and lost
the last lap.
I think that was second to last lap.
Yeah, going up the hill.
It was just before going up the hill.
Yeah.
That 90-degree.
Yeah.
Heading up into the uphill. Slid out, lost the little bit of a gap I had, and kind of resigned a little bit there. It got me mentally, but then I got back into the lead again, and I made the mistake of losing track of where I was lap-wise. I thought that was the last lap. And so I did a hard push to be leading into the pavement at the end. And I hit the pavement first with a bit of a lead and gave it every last little bit that I had. And came around the bend to the finish and saw that I had one to go.
Yeah.
And so I thought, oh, well, that was dumb. I just gave every last anything I had left there. And so at that point then I realized my only chance is to ease up. Aaron's going to come back to me and then see if I can stay with him and recover on the last lap, the actual last lap,
Right.
and stay with him and then, sprint it out. And I feel good with my sprint. But he surprised me on the barriers and hopped him.
The last lap.
Yeah.
First time he did it.
Yeah, he hadn't been hopping them. So he hopped them, rode out of it clean, and I ran him in the slipping and sliding. And at that point, I really resigned to second place. And my focus went immediately from Aaron, who was in front of me, to Mike, who was somewhere behind me. And so I was like, well, Aaron's gone, but I still want to hold second. And I did that. So, it could have been better, but it could have been worse too. So I'm pretty content.
What are you going to change up for next year?
I don't know. I'll have to give it a little bit of time to replay the whole thing in my head and figure out what I could have done better.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think I could have prepared a little better. I could have had a better warm up. I usually sit on a trainer for 15-20 minutes before a race, and since I flew out, I was, it was pretty much just minimal tools in my bike, and so didn't have the trainer. And,
right.
Excuses, but
nice.
I'll try to be a little more prepared next year and see what I can do with it.
Another kick of the can.
Yeah, at least I get a front row start again next year, so that's good.